So, we meet again. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of 15 Minutes with Fuzz. I am your host, Fuzz Martin, and on this show, we shine a light on the people, places, and things that make Washington County a great place to live. That said, I'm going to give you a little insider information here. I'm actually editing this podcast in sunny San Diego. I just needed you to know that I was able to escape the cold for a few days, though I've been spending most of my time on the trade show floor. I told my dad that I was heading to San Diego, and he told me something I'd never known in my whole life. He told me that in 1990, so I was 11 or 12, that we almost moved to San Diego. He almost picked up the whole family and said, we're moving to San Diego, because he had a business deal, but it didn't happen. So there we go. But I'm here, actually, and I'll be back by the time you hear this. A little more nostalgia today. My guest is someone whom I've known since I was like 20, and I was working at the old radio station, 92.5 WBWI. Keith Novotny, the owner of Cousin Subs on Paradise Drive in West Bend and Fond du Lac Avenue in Kewaskum, joins me today to talk about how he got started, how he and I met, and his philosophy on supporting people in need right here in Washington County. Right here in Washington County sounded funny since I'm currently sitting poolside. Okay, actually, I'm sitting in a dark hotel room. With that, here's 15 Minutes with Keith Novotny of Cousin Subs on 15 Minutes with Fuzz. So we first got to know each other, Keith, when I was working at WBWI, and you would come in to record radio commercials, and I'd produce those. And here we are today recording. We were kids then, man. How young were you when you first started, or when you first became a Cousins franchise owner?
Well, actually, you and I met each other when I was 18. When I actually worked at the store in 33, Cousin Subs in 33.
Yeah.
I would call in every single day at the radio station for Name That Tune.
Oh, yes. Name that ringtone. Yeah.
I think after a while, you were actually getting sick of me because some days I would call in and I would be like caller 10.
Yeah.
And I would just hang up because I just wanted to see if I can get through.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So,
by the way, the trick, if you ever want to win at one of those like call-in games, count to 10 before you dial, because everybody's going to rush and hit send right away, and it takes about 10 seconds to clear out all the calls. So that's when that next wave comes in.
Okay.
And if it's they typically have either 5 or 10 lines, so you got to kind of play it. It might be 20 seconds or whatever. But awesome. But who's listening to terrestrial radio anyway today? No. So you were just working at the Cousins on 33 then, right? And then when did you get into becoming an owner?
So me and a partner bought 3 stores when I was 21 years old. Kind of the only thing that I've ever done in my life is Cousin Subs.
So you were working there when you were in high school?
I started there when I was 16, I started at 33 location because I never ate a Cousin Sub in my life before that day.
Okay.
Before I started there.
Okay.
And I thought it would be slow and easy job. That's exactly why. I was like, it's a bad location. No one ever goes there probably. It's going to be a cakewalk job.
Since then, so you went in with a partner and you bought the 3 locations. You no longer own the one on 33.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
But you do own the Cousins on Paradise Drive over by Starbucks in West Bend, and then also the one on Fond du Lac Avenue in Kewaskum.
Yep.
So now you're 40, almost 41?
Almost 41.
So that means you've been doing this for almost 20 years.
I've been with Cousins. This year is Cousin Subs' 50th anniversary, and it's my 25th anniversary.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. But as an owner, it's been 20.
Yeah, 20.
Right? Mm-hmm. Wow. What made you decide to go into owning the business?
Sure. Kind of a long story. I'm actually a college dropout.
Okay.
So
good.
I went to Eau Claire for a couple semesters, and I just hated it.
Sure.
And I came home, and then I actually asked Cousin Subs if you got a job for me again. I need a job. And they made me a general manager of a one in Mequon.
Okay.
And then Cousin Subs Corporate opened the store on Paradise Drive.
Yep. And
I was the general manager over there. And then in 2008, kind of before the recession, something like that, Cousins decided to sell off a lot of stores. And that's kind of where I got involved there.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's been a heck of a ride. It's been awesome. A big learning opportunity, that's for sure.
Sure.
I learn new stuff every day. I enjoy what I do. I get asked all the time, how'd you get going? And I tell my story to people that I'm interviewing all the time because they're inspired by it.
Right.
It's pretty neat.
What is your favorite part about the Cousins franchise brand? What do you like most about them?
We're local. I'm a big local guy, you know that. The fact that Cousins is based in Menominee Falls is cool. They help me a lot. People always ask me, why don't you just branch out and do something yourself? Well, if I open Keith Subs, who's going to come to it? I mean, it's already a popular name.
Yep.
And me being locally owned is very helpful to me and my business. Myself trying to let everyone know that we're locally owned is big for me.
Sure.
I mean, you can go to any sub shop in West Bend now. There's 9 sub shops.
Yeah.
I have to give them a reason to come to my stores.
Yeah.
The product's good. Everything that we use is pretty much Wisconsin based.
Sure.
And we market that pretty heavily, and they're just a good company to work for.
I was thinking maybe you'd open a dentist shop or... That's a joke because West Bend they have 9 sub shops. However, we have 19 dentists.
And they're all brand new buildings.
Yes, they're all brand new. And they're obviously doing well. And we have really beautiful teeth here in West Bend. How challenging is it for you running 2 locations?
To be completely honest with you, it's not that bad.
Okay.
I do have a good crew. I have a tenured crew.
Yep.
And I think it says a lot in this day and age. You don't see many tenured crews at, I'd say, fast casual restaurants anymore.
Sure.
I have one manager in Kewaskum, Tracy, that's been with me since day one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's still there today. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And I depend on them heavily.
Yeah.
It's, people can compliment me or do anything, but I'm nothing without them. Simple as that. I try to be the face of the franchise, obviously, and they don't get as much credit, I don't think, as they deserve.
How involved are you then running the day-to-day operations at each of the locations? Are you both stores every day, or?
No, I'm typically in in West Bend because it's my busier store.
Sure.
Kewaskum is pretty self-sufficient. So I have managers up there. I was at a meeting this morning with my managers up there, and there's over 40 years of experience at that store.
Oh, wow.
Not just management material, but just from being at that store.
Yeah.
So they're pretty self-sufficient. And then in Kewaskum, like I said, it's a little busier. In West Bend, it's a little busier.
Yep.
So I'm there a lot more. And crew at both stores is just actually pretty dang good.
Sure. Great. That's excellent. That's excellent. And what do you think your biggest challenge is running a business today?
When I say hey, I have good crew,
yeah,
it's still scarce.
Sure. Yep.
Everyone is challenging right now to get crew.
Yeah.
I would say back in the day, I never wanted friends to work together.
Mm-hmm.
I completely did a 180 on that now, and I want friends to work together. Yeah. You have more fun when you went with friends.
Sure.
I watch my cameras a lot at work. I was telling them when I was 16, I was doing dumb stuff.
Yeah.
I worked at the 33 location, and I would throw the football across the street. And my buddy working on mobile. So I get it that the kids want to screw around. And things obviously different with technology nowadays, but finding good crew is the staple of your business. You can have the best product in the world. People are not going to come back to your store if they're not getting a good service. They can get a bad sub once in a while.
Yeah.
But, if they're getting treated like crap, they're going to go somewhere else.
Right, exactly. What makes Cousin Subs a great place, and specifically your stores a great place to work?
I think a lot of it is because I'm local and I'm present. Mm-hmm. People like seeing the owner. The kids like seeing the owner. The kids used to get intimidated when I walked in, and I'm like, "Hey, man, we're good."
I was you one day.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get scared.
Yeah.
When I was 16 working at Cousins, I never met Bill and Jim Specht, who are the actual owners of Cousins. They're cousins. Oh. Ironically, weird, right?
I didn't know if it was they were actually cousins or their last name was Cousins.
No,
so
they're cousins. But I was slicing meat, and I didn't know who this guy was, and he comes in the back, just walks back there with a suit and tie on, and takes a piece of ham that I'm slicing, and he weighs it. He goes, "Keith, this is too heavy." I had no clue who this guy was. So I never want to be that person. Yeah, I want to be involved. I want every kid to come in and smile and not be intimidated when I go in the store.
So you don't wear suits then when you go in?
No. I don't even own a... Remember, I have one tie. What color is it? Do you remember?
Oh.
You used to yell at me all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, it's been a long time. And I'm colorblind, so we'll just...
It's a white tie. Anywhere you would see me at a tie on, it was always white.
Yes, that's right.
You always wear white ties.
Yes, black shirt, white tie. Yeah. Very formal, Keith. Very formal. Yeah. You have a daughter. Are you going to get her into the family business? Is she going to start baking bread for you soon?
We've talked about this, and I think I would fire my daughter on the first day.
Okay.
I don't think she'll get in the family business. My wife, she has her own job. She has her own career. My parents actually help me a lot. They're both retired, and my dad's at my store almost every day, just cleaning.
I've seen you post on Facebook that he's baked bread for you. Come in early in the morning and done that.
I'm going to be lost without that guy.
Sure.
He's an amazing guy.
I actually hired my daughter here at the agency, and I told her, I've worked for the boss's kid before, and I didn't like it. Sorry if that person is listening. And so I'm always like, don't screw this up. There's an opportunity. Don't screw this up. Don't make us look bad.
Yep.
And she's been really, really good at it.
That's cool.
And so it's fun to watch. But then also, when I was growing up, my dad owned a business, and he didn't want me working for the family business either. He was kind of like, just go do your thing. Yeah. So we're going to send her off to college, and she can get some other experiences soon. If somebody wants to apply and come work at Cousins in West Bend or in Kewaskum, what's the best route for them to go?
You can either find me on Facebook, or you can apply online. You can go on cousinsubs.com and find a link there, or it's work The number 4 cousins.com is the actual website you're going to go to.
Okay.
I mean, we're always hiring. I'm blessed to have enough crew right now.
Sure. Okay.
In West Bend, I'm actually overstocked.
Great.
And this might sound weird, but I actually work a lot less in winter because I don't want to cut hours for anybody.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, we're slower in winter, like most fast casual restaurants. And the less I work, then the less I have to cut people's hours.
Sure. Yeah.
And I need them. So
sure.
I try to do whatever I can for my employees to keep them on board.
Excellent. Switching gears a little bit. Now, you do a lot in the community. You're always out. I see you at events. You've got the sub trailer out there, or even just participating in nonprofits or donating and those kinds of things. What do you like to be involved with, and why do you feel it's important?
Sure. With my trailer, we do a lot of fundraising with that lately. I've switched gears with that thing a lot in the last couple of years. I use it more for marketing and actually clubs making money.
Okay.
I have 2 kind of ideas with that where customers or businesses or nonprofits I can drop it off by them with full of subs and they can sell them and make I'll sell them at cost and then they sell it retail and make the money for it.
Sure.
Or I give them a percentage back of sales. I like doing that with that trailer. A lot of businesses are using me now to appreciate their employees. Yep. It's nice. I can feed 400 people in an hour.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. And people love it. I mean, when I roll up there and the employees come out, like, everyone's happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sub a smile, sub a smile.
Absolutely.
As far as like nonprofits and organizations, I like to help anybody. Mm-hmm. I give back as much as I can. If it's not money, if it's not monetary, it's food. Yeah. It can be anything. Like I have a philosophy never to say no. Sure. So if you need raffle prizes or anything like that, I definitely give free subs, stuff like that. If I do a lot of donation nights, I know Derek that works here. I'm doing them for his kid in a couple of weeks for his baseball team. Sure. The most popular ones, unfortunately, are people in need. Yeah. With cancer benefits or something like that. I have a soft spot for that. It sounds kind of cheesy, but I hate when people are in trouble or I hate seeing people get hurt. Right. I hate it. So I do whatever I can to lift up spirits. And then, people come in and, give me a hug and say thank you. And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, this is amazing. And it really brings communities together. It's awesome. I think you have a pretty rabid social following of people who are willing to jump in and support when you say, this person needs help. People tend to jump in and go all in to support that. And it's great. And it's a good picture of our community and the people who are willing to support others around here. It goes back to that local part. Yeah, we have a great community here. Mm-hmm. It's when something bad happens, this community just rallies together. Mm-hmm. And it's just cool to see. The other night, I don't know if you saw my Facebook post, but I went to Firehouse Subs because I know they're locally owned and I like subs. Like, sure, I like any kind of sandwich, Yeah. And people are walking in there and like, I think that's the owner of Kewaskum. Like, is he gonna buy it? Yeah. And people think that's weird. Yeah. So like I put on there like, other bar owners go to different restaurants too. But I think it's just because I'm the sub guy. Like they think it's weird that I went to a different sub shop. But
just wanted to try some different bread once. Yeah. Back to when you said that people love when the sub truck pulls up because subs bring smiles, but even here at Epic, when a box of subs come in and we buy a box and then we eat like a third of it and then send out on Slack subs in the cafeteria and people flock to them. There's never any that are getting tossed
let me tell you guys, Epic Creative orders a lot of sandwiches.
We did. we do. But
and we have mint shakes right now, man, and they're.
I know. Good. Yes, mint shakes and the Reubens are back.
They're pretty good. Yeah, they're really good.
They are really good. I like to try all the new stuff that you guys have coming out, whatever it is going on. So. Cousin Subs, Paradise Drive in West Bend, and Fond du Lac Avenue in Kewaskum. Keith, thanks for all you do for the community, and congrats on running this for as long as you have. Man, we were children.
Isn't that crazy?
When we met. That is nuts. Yeah. I was, I think, 20. So
I miss you on the radio, but anyway.
Well, we're right here now.
Yeah,
so you can find me anywhere.
Okay, bud.
At any time. Thanks, Keith, for coming on.
Appreciate it, bud. Take care.
Thank you again to Keith Novotny, owner of Cousin Subs in West Bend on Paradise Drive and on Fond du Lac Avenue in Kewaskum. I appreciate you joining me on this week's episode. If you ever want to get in touch with me, email me, 15withfuzz. That's 15, F-I-F-T-E-E-N, spelled out, 15withfuzz@gmail.com. You can also find me on the big social channels, including Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, at 15withfuzz. Again, 15 is spelled out. New episodes drop every Monday at midnight. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next week right here on 15 Minutes with Fuzz.